Flight boss. Okay. This for all the dusty motherfuckers out there trying to hate too much. Flights. This for all the haters that be saying Parliament trying to sing too much. This for all the bitches who ain't let a nigga hit when I ain't have love. Flights. That plane went up. Yeah, that plane went up. Flights. Now only look down. You know. Remixing in the kitchen, you gon' get a fiend price cause I only cook pounds. If I ever got caught and I had to go to court, they gon' throw the book now. You know. And if you ever thought I was a dirty nigga, baby, tell me how I look now. Yeah, like $1 million. I got blocks like Tetris. I'm not from Texas, but I'm trill as fuck. Yeah, we fucks with chisels. They gon' want the pickle just to deal with us. Yeah, chill with us. Lay a foundation, come build with us. Off the gas, we gon' fill the pump. Treat all you rappers like meals for lunch. Yeah, I'm top of the line. Treat you like an immigrant cause you was crossing the line. Who told you that was hot, man? You only could rhyme. If you thought that was good, then it's all in your mind. Yeah. You got no clue why you took that route. Yeah. If I was you, I wouldn't put that out for sure. And if you thought that was fire, I'ma put that out. No water hoses needed, just flows of treat with some quotes from Jesus and my goals and reasons. Like, listen, dog, don't get your bitch involved. She's like a dick and ball, she gon' choke this evening. I'm trying to get my foot in the door, but right now a nigga close to leaving. Goddamn. If you don't like me, you're hating. I'll change your Uriel for Satan. Don't make me put one in your anus. Ask me where I live, is Uranus. Just for all the low class bitches out there that be fucking for the rent. Flights. Just for all the broke ass niggas out there touching nothing but some land. You a whole ass dude. When I jump at you, I motherfucking flinch. Flights. I have no clue, but a motherfucker flew like a motherfucker blimp, yeah. Not from this planet, I done lost my wings and felt fucking stranded. Just abandoned, think something planned to interrupt my landing. Can't understand it, I was underhanded. For one advancement, got shipped to earth, slept on a dusty canvas. Guns was blamming like Call of Duty, got your ride shaking like the bus on transit. Bust a cannon, so hot like you summer jamming. So much fire they could come for camping. Yeah, had to leave that hoe alone cause the cut was cramping. Flights, you know it ain't mine. You know it ain't mine. She going through changes, flown to Uranus, she going in time, yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is my top 5 favorite Dolo songs of all time. And if there was a greatest hits, it would be on that album. And oh yeah. So, oh yeah, that was a banger. That was a straight banger. I'm just being 100% real with you. Welcome to Uranus direct in Taurus, ladies and gents. As you can see, this is August 29th, 2023, where we're going to see Uranus going retrograde at 23 degrees in the third decan. Please pay attention to this because before Jupiter retrogrades later in the year, we're eventually going to see Jupiter potentially twice conjunct Uranus. And that, ladies and gentlemen, like Paula said, is the push button start of the revolution. Also, it's around this period we might see a total economic crash around the world. And if Nostradamus's prediction of that economic crash happens, it's going to be because of this Uranus direct with Jupiter and the nodes that by this time will actually be in Aries. Scary. It's going to be square the nodes. Scary. I wanted to rhyme right there. Okay, so yeah, y'all. I'm going to do my best to explain to you why you really want to be excited about this. But see, this isn't a transit you want to be excited about. This is a transit you really want to just accept because now it's too late. Based off of actions you've taken to reinforce the integration in your neural pathways of behavioral patterns in response to social environments or your social environment, this is bringing with it the full-on manifestation of the supernatural physiological mechanics that come with your physical body, the genetics that come through in your family line, and the junk DNA that was never junk DNA that you're stepping into more than ever, utilizing while realizing you were always using it. But it's not something that could be measured with modern day scientific tools. And the tools that do measure it, you were lied to about their use. So they didn't really even tell you the full story. But let me not bring they into it. This is, in a nutshell, completing the download. So in order to, and that's why I love transits. Okay, transits is the bread and butter of astrology. It's the mathematics. This is what gives you the play by play. Okay, so this is very important because we're starting this retrograde off in Aquarius season and we're ending it in Virgo season. That's a whole opposition and quincunx. So there's a completion process that is happening here. In a nutshell, if there's nothing else you get from this transit talk, this Uranus direct in Taurus is going to make more practical, tangible, physically evident and obvious of the supernatural properties of your body. Okay, Unique Beauty, welcome to our channel. Thank you for joining us. Okay, and when I say, once again, the unique supernatural properties, some of you are angels, some of you are wizards, some of you are fairies, some of you are star seeds. I want to make sure I clear this up. There are some of you with Gemini risings or progressed Gemini risings. You have the physiology of an angel. The North Node came through your Gemini rising and showed you this. Libra risings have artist physiology. That was stupid though, because artist is more conceptual, but there's a powerful nature to your personality. Pisces risings are divine beings. Like the mutable sign risings, you're magic. There is a magical effect just to your presence. The cardinal sign risings, you induce causal power, causality with how you move forward with your personality, like a domino effect, right? And then the fixed sign personalities, the Taurus risings, the Scorpio risings, there's a magnetic effect to your aura. Like a lot of these dynamics were really more postulated. A lot of these dynamics, given the subatomic and causal nature of it, were more just theories. They're not theories anymore. Now you're testing it because now you're literally seeing it. Now your body is in a certain environment and now you're experiencing so much so effects of this that you're having to, during this period, reevaluate through the retrograde how it is you actually connect. Because what you're going to start to notice is different effects happen with different people. Okay. And so let's break this down. By the time we get to Virgo season, you are fully aware, because Virgo is what? The social earth sign. So you are socially integrating a change in the awareness of your behavior around how, because Virgo answers the question, how you interrelate socially with others. Because by this time, now you are more aware of, when I'm around this person, that happens. Ooh, but when I'm around this person, that happens. And something I noticed with my body is that when people lie around me, they sneeze. Or when people lie around me, I sneeze. Does that make sense? Like physical properties that are replicable. So it's not like before, when you were still awakening and aligning to yourself, that these things always happen since birth, but there was not a consistency in approach because you didn't awaken your power yet. You didn't align with who you fully were. You didn't build those neural pathways, because this shit is not just like some magical fairy dust wand that you just awaken like this. Some Pisces are like that though. And I'm a little jealous of that. That's crazy. But like, this takes work. This takes tower moments. This takes emotional, what do you call that? This takes emotional trauma. Some of you have not yet accepted that you chose and needed the trauma you went through, because the trauma you went through built spaces in your soul that you can now fill with the water of your experience, or whatever, however we're supposed to say that. So that's not to like excuse what happened, but it's to give you more power, to know that your ability to recover through that is evidence that you're taking that experience with you, because there's not an experience you have experienced that is not a part of the equation of your life. Wow. Okay, so with that being said, I just want to make sure we're clear here, because the projection and trajectory of this transit is fucking nuts. As you can see, we're in Aquarius season. This starts January 23rd. So the transit is from January 23rd to August 29th. There are two parts of this transit. Okay. The first part is Aquarius season all the way to Taurus season. I love to see it. 1, 2, 3, boom, 4. By the time we're in Taurus season, we've made the eclipse. Jupiter's getting ready to go into Taurus, and we have now landed the spaceship. I have to make sure we're very clear on this. Okay. This is one of the major parts post synchronization of Sagittarius season that takes your higher self and aligns it with your grounded base self. Okay. Now that you have integrated this out of your consciousness, Aqua, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus represent the four elements of you taking new technology from the ethers and wearing it on your body. And then from Taurus to Virgo, now that you've integrated it and you conjuncted it and you start that cycle, you're unfolding it. Okay, I'll literally break it down. This is you literally piecing together new psychic powers and abilities that from the last conjunction you did, because this is all the completion of the last conjunction. Let me now break down the mathematics of this. Aquarius is the new thoughts and ideas around this. Pisces are the new beliefs that you're going to now put on your person. Aries is the new identification, and then Taurus is the values. That leads into Gemini, you moving forward with new thinking, then you're unpacking new feelings, then you're performing and unpacking new courage. Boom, that ends with Virgo. You're starting to detailed show how you express this. Now the retrograde happens again like last year, because now you have to integrate how much more your body has activated so that you can integrate relative to seeing how it goes. But we'll do that one there. So let's actually break this down mathematically, because it's very important for you to understand the science of this. Well, what happened last year? Because what we're seeing right now is a continuation of last year, where we can see last year we had the conjunction at 14 degrees. Okay. I'm reloaded. So right now, this is so deep. Right now, we are coming into the completion of the conjunction that we started last year. This is it. Okay. The completion of Taurus being Aqua is you sowed the seeds last year in a continuing conjunction series ever since Uranus entered Taurus of what was the significance of this? Manifesting your own value. This was you adding to the revolution. And this is very important, because the value you're manifesting is taking you away external manipulative tactics to where someone can openly cringe at your uniqueness, but you know your worth. So it doesn't mean anything to you. And at that level, it's still a seed. So this can influence your confidence to where it's individual. You have a bunch of people cringing or laughing at you, but you're solid. It doesn't matter. Okay. You know your worth. Now the sun is in Aquarius, to where the results of this are a whole bunch of people, more than who's cringing, has your back, can vouch for your worth. Okay. The 10th house of the value you put in is the knowledge of that value, the actual appraisal and collective value, to where doesn't matter what you think individually. A lot of people see the value in what I have now. It's collective and it's paying off. Okay. This is very happy. This is very, very, very important, because now relative to this last go around, we had the eclipse. You see how next year the North Node is going to be in Aries. So this specific year and next year is so important, because I need you to go back to May. Where were you in May? And I can't emphasize enough how important this is. I'm going to take you along the actual journey. All right. We had Jupiter, remember, getting ready to come into Aries. So the last conjunction of this facilitated the transcendence of your belief in yourself and everything that's possible, so that you can manifest with the South Node in Scorpio all the qualities and attributes of every single one of your past lifetimes, all onto your physical body. And it's even way deeper than that. This is just the best way I can make sense of it. But this is really the beginning of you fully completing the supernatural effects on your body. Okay, cool. So with that being said, and the reason why this is very important is these are advanced supernatural mechanics that if you listen to dumb motherfuckers who have no idea but talk a lot like they do, you'll be convinced that you're crazy, when everything that you're really digging into is advanced to where it could be revisited and be like, wow, like for you to be thinking this way when no one else was thinking this way is proof you're a genius. But if you listen to these dumb motherfuckers who act like you're a crazy motherfucker, you'll forget that you're a smart motherfucker. Okay. What makes them dumb motherfuckers isn't that they disagree with what you're talking about, is that realistically speaking, if you were to ask them what it is you do, they don't know what you do. They don't do what you do. They have not had even an hour, talk short of 10,000 hours doing what you do. So the whole concept of them talking about what you do like they know when they'll self-admittedly say they don't is fucking stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's super dumb. Okay, I have to say it like that. Cool. So keep that in mind. We moved into Gemini. This manifested the ideological awareness of now what you're thinking to manifest the experience of this in enhancing your brain function. Then it went into Cancer. And it going into Cancer through that first boss battle expressed more ideas around how your emotions attach to how much more your feelings are charged, because your body is charged. And so this went into Leo season, and the square, which was very crucial, brought out ahead how powerfully you can begin the integration of this unique facet of your body socially. And the analogy we used was the talent show, remember? On stage. This is you bringing your uniqueness on stage. And what did that bring, ladies and gentlemen? The retrograde. This is where Virgo season, we had the retrograde. So that's very interesting, because now we're going to have the retrograde again. The reason why I want to highlight this pattern is because what we see here with Virgo season is, as we're getting ready to integrate our consciousness socially, Uranus retrogrades. So let me break down what that pattern is. Uranus going direct while the sun comes out of the God level signs and into the individuality is you developing more supernatural quality of your body while you're focusing on who you are as an individual. And then once we have finished this individualization and we're ready to take that socially towards others, Uranus, we have been seeing, is retrograding so that we can reevaluate relative to our experiences with other people, how much more or less to balance this so that you don't overload towards people and be too weird because you're not having that feedback. Also, for your body to acclimate for how much it's awakening, amongst other things. Okay. And this is where things get beautiful. Relative to last year, this is where Jupiter started to awaken with the cycle, your identity. Then we had Libra. Libra brought the initialization of this integration with the retrograde, reevaluating how the power balance is transforming because of the supernatural qualities you're aware of in your body, that with the opposition, okay, brought the completion. This full moon opposition was so crucial because Scorpio began to transform how much of the pure energy within your psyche, unconscious to you. And for those of you who watch Naruto, think of the whole concept of the 8 gates. What do the 8 gates imply and presuppose? Your chakra system has so much more energy that you can rush through your body, but there's seals. This is the Saturnian restriction on your skeletal structure and your chakras. They're seals, and this is science. You can actually research this in science. Science won't acknowledge chakras, but science will acknowledge that your body compresses itself. Like your body can produce at least 2 or 3 times more of the energy it's producing. But if it did, it would tear your muscles instantly. And so it keeps it sealed so that you're not expressing too much more of what it is you have to. This is the natural balance that your body has. Okay. This is in the subtle way you'll receive negative projections from people, but you're royal. The words of peasantry, regardless of who they think they are externally, doesn't affect you. It just tempers more the essence of control you have in you or not. Very, very important. So this element of the 8 gates that enables you to release more energy at will was actually what got unlocked with Scorpio. But you were not conscious of this, like you're about to be now to Taurus. This is where shit gets fun. Okay. So this was now where the seeds you sowed in Taurus began to harvest. Do you know why this is important? We're in Aquarius season now. The harvest of this is from Scorpio to Aquarius. From Scorpio to Aquarius, you went through the breakthrough arc in the final boss battle. So during this period, unbeknownst to you, auto-nervously, subatomically, through very minute, small factors within your body, and when I say subatomically, the psychological work that happens to you subconsciously that you're not conscious of in light of the decisions you make, your reactions to external stimuli, like these aren't things that you consciously think of because they happen at such minute levels. All of that is blowing up in your face. Boom. All the development that's occurred. And this is what's going to produce the feeling of, wow, I have supernatural powers. But it didn't come from nowhere. You have systematically been building this inch by inch by inch by inch by inch by inch every day since your birth. Spiritual pressure, Ryatsu. Okay. And the reason why this is so very important is Sagittarius season was a very important, crucial season that transformed your awareness to be able to perceive the effects of your physical body. Okay, remember, Uranus is extra dimensional. So this is talking about your causal body. You can see your physical body, even though you really can't, you're not here. So what you're seeing is an illusion. But like your physical body is something that you can perceive really. You cannot see the mental body. You cannot see the emotional body. You cannot see the astral body. But these are bodies that you have. Whether you believe that or not, these are real bodies that you have. So when I'm speaking on Uranus, I'm speaking of the causal body that represents the true form of yourself that does not fluctuate with this physical body that takes on weight and mass. The causal realm is the true version of yourself that you align with so that you come into this sense of knowing. And that's just my perception of it. There's probably a deeper understanding and explanation of this. But the reason why this is so very important is this Sagittarius season transformed the beginning of the harvest of you taking the manifestation of your own value by you starting to see the quality of your own energetic body. And how did you do this? Are you ready? Synchronization. This is where Sagittarius, you start to see so much more synchronicities than you ever did, because you always did, but now you've broken through into the next, I'm preaching, into the next level of synchronization through seeing Sagittarius, the effects of your body. Boom, we went into Capricorn season, and that trine now allowed us to take action towards ascending our higher self using the quality of our body. This is what finalized the harvest by ascending the quality of our body to its greatest selves, awakening this power. And why is that important? Now we're at the completion of this harvest. And that brings us to the beginning of this transit talk. Because now you're harvesting this cycle that started last year with the conjunction, knowing what the fuck just happened. Like, now you're going to know what the fuck all that was. And the completion of this clears the field before we do it again in May. Okay. But this time, unlike the last time we had the conjunction, Jupiter was coming out of Pisces. Now it's going to be coming out of Aries. I can't highlight the significance of that point alone enough. I hope my astro nerd is coming through. And I really appreciate every single one of you who enjoy these transit talks. These transit talks are going to be something that is looked back on in the future as a hidden gem that represents some of the highest intellectual conversation that the few of us really generated. So really think about what that means for you. That's Sun in Aquarius, square Uranus, fourth house from it in Taurus, which is like you're literally engaging yourself in advanced arts and activity that majority of the world isn't even aware of exists and doesn't even understand the extraordinary quality of. And there's probably a group of people in their own prospective fields of programming who are doing that right now. And they're probably experimenting with programming languages with Chat GPT that we're not even aware of. So I'm not saying that this is just us. This is just what most people right now are experiencing in their own way. The way we're experiencing that, of course, is shit in the coolest way with fucking astrology, because this is irrelevant to the wave of where we're going anyway. But you're not going to find information like this anywhere else. And this is now the harvest and completion of the uniqueness of the quality Uranus in Taurus of your knowledge, Sun in Aries with Saturn. Let's get it. Okay, so a lot of the Uranus Saturn squares stabilized your body's willingness and ability to download from the neural pathways. This, if you think about the Heavenly Father, think about your brain that sends lightning bolts, Zeus, all right, through the neural pathways of your synapses. Okay, and Mercury is that messenger that goes down from the brain and gives all this information to the other parts of your body, because there's a universe within you and your soul. So you want to get excited because this Aquarius transit is taking everything you harvested, and now you're getting ready to come into the rewards of that Pisces season where you will experience it. So you had a whole harvest. Okay, you had a whole harvest, and you harvest this Uranian transit every year by fully experiencing it through Pisces season, where you come into the full experience of, whoa, That's crazy. Okay, we're going to do it again. Because eventually this series will end, and then we're going to go into Uranus Gemini. And Uranus Gemini is going to be another like 4 year, 7 year period where now we're doing this with our mind. And during that period, you're going to be able to think like you're going to be the amount of time it takes you to process thoughts in 5 minutes, you're going to be able to do in 1 minute. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what this body manifestation is for, is to produce the body that can think like an angel. By the time Uranus finishes in Taurus, you've popped the NZT pill. Like it's just, instead of taking the pill, you did it the slow way. So you're not even that conscious that you think faster, because this happens every day. And some of you are already tapping in very powerfully, which is very important to get understood. So we're going to see this coming in. If you want an exact day, the 14th, yeah, it's going direct. The 14th or 15th, you see that? That is fucking retarded, guys. The 4th of February is an exact 0 degree 15 square. I can't make this up. You see how they're both 0 minutes? That is orchestrated. That level of timing is just the magnificence of the universe right there. So this is mathematically the completion of everything that you sowed the seeds for May of 2022. Mark that date in your calendars, because the completion of that is after you have harvested the crops. Think about a farmer who's harvested all the different types of crops in their farm, and it's an extensive process. You don't just do that in a day. So once you finish that, what are you going to have? You're going to have all these barrels. You're going to have all these different crops you've harvested. That's going to be this date where you're coming into the full knowledge of your unique value and everything that it is worth, and what you're ready to understand relative to the knowledge of your body. Oh, T, good question. So for those of you who would like a live reading, I am doing Uranus direct live readings. Okay, so please send $40. If you look at the description box below, I will interpret your natal chart for $40 minimum if you want to know what this Uranus retrograde transit will be for you. And if you want a tarot card, I'm going to pull from this Demon Slayer deck, $20 minimum, $40 minimum for 3 cards. So great question. Thank you, T. So with that being said, the first part of this transit is completion and unpacking. Now that we've completed it with the square, we're going to get ready to restart a brand new conjunction in Taurus. But this time, Jupiter is going to be leaving Aries. Okay. So you are coming in. So unlike last year, where you didn't yet evolve into this next version of your character, this year, you're manifesting the supernatural properties of your body as the evolved level of your character. Let me put this into a Pokemon analogy. May of 2022, when you sowed these seeds, you were a Charmeleon. Okay. Now, when you sow these seeds again, you're a Charmander. Something's different. You have evolved since the last time you started this cycle. And so the shit hits way different because you can do more. Your stats are higher. You've leveled up. And at this stage, in between you finishing as completing the old cycle, you've already evolved. So now you're putting on the effects of this new body as your evolved self so that you can step into the seeds, sowing the seeds evolved. Okay. Thank you. And the reason why this is important is from now until, so let's start this. The first part of this is the road back to Taurus. The road back to Taurus is going to be very key because Jupiter is about to go into Taurus. And Jupiter getting ready to conjunct Uranus is going to boom. It's going to bring everything from the unconscious of your psyche and flesh. You're going to literally see more color in your body. Like you're going to see everything with more color brightly. Like it's going to add so much more quality, okay, to the graphics of your experience. I just wanted to say it like that. So if you actually go a month in advance, we're going to see the 15-degree sextile between Pisces and Taurus. And this is going to take us, Rachel, I got you. This is going, please make sure you send your chart or your sun, moon, and rising. This is going to take us, okay, from sun, moon, and rise. You can send your sun, moon, and rising or message me your chart. Okay. So this is going to take us from the 10th house to the 11th house. The 11th house chapter starts at 15 degrees Pisces. So from 14th of course, February, or that week of February to the 6th of March is you experiencing the completion of everything you've harvested. It is an advanced, knowledgeable awareness and divine experience of you ascending the supernatural properties of your body, except you know what's happening and you're experiencing it at the highest level. So once we step into the 11th house, now you're coming into actively the rewards of this, of a good life. There's really nothing you have to do. The first part of this 15-degree experience to 15 degrees Aries is going to have you experience how fucking amazing you are. And this is going to attract in your vibration now this is going to be unconscious to you. Your body is unconsciously going to be sending out frequencies relative to how aligned to who you are that will bring other like-minded people to you. And it's going to look like a miracle, like, wow, you came out of nowhere. But no, you are yourself and you're a vibe. You're a frequency. You're not a human body. You're a soul that resonates at a frequency and wavelength in a body. That was a bar. Okay, once we step into Aries, oh my God, this shit is fucking retarded, y'all. This shit is fucking retarded. It's starting now. Every single chapter of this is so amazing. So once we get to the balsamic phase of this, the Aries part of this chapter is Aquarius. You're coming into the knowledge of, oh, wow, this is how I can think about my body because I know this about my body now. I know this. This is the evidence and the results. I know this about my body. And so that's going to spur in Pisces season beliefs about your body and about what you're worth and about your value, because you're going to see other people, a whole community around you that invests in your worth. And so that's going to direct how you actually identify yourself as. Case in point, the transcendence of your character is Charmander, Charizard. Before you're like Charmeleon. Now you're like Charizard. Oh. Now you got the Jupiter here. You learn Fire Blast. Before you had to do like a flamethrower like 3 times. Charmeleon. Now you just hit a motherfucker with 1 fire blast. Charizard. Burn that motherfucker to cinders. And that is, it's just a different feel. It's just a different feel. You feel me? Like your confidence is different. You know what I'm saying? Like you step into, you're not stepping into Pokemon battles like a Charmeleon, where it's like, wow, that person's level high. Now you're a Charizard. Like, I wish a motherfucker would try me. I want to use this Fire Blast. I just learned this motherfucking move. Yes, chill out, Charmander. Chill out, Charizard. Chill out. Because then that's going to lead into the actual conjunction of Taurus season, which is so very important. And that marks the first part of this transit. Charizard. Y'all like this video. If you did not like this video or subscribe, like just for the Charizard. Come on now. I deserve that much. Charizard. I don't ever ask for likes, ever, or subscriptions, but I'm gonna ask now. Just for that Charizard. Okay. So this is so important, guys, because two things. The North Node full moon eclipse is happening. Jupiter is getting ready to go into Taurus by Gemini season. And you are reevaluating with Mercury retrograde the real time body awareness of supernatural functions in your body. I mean, literally, by this point, and hold me to this, by this point in 2023, your body functions as a remote control. So you'll know exactly, it's going to be different because everybody's body is different, but you'll be like, yo, if I do dun 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 boom boom, it'll rain for 10 minutes. I swear to God. Hold on. Let me use another extreme example. You're going to learn secrets to your body that you're harvesting from the Scorpio South Node. And so it's just coming online with Uranus of channeling. And it's like, yo, I learned my body carries some heritage from my great grandparents. And if I pull my ear 3 times, it executes this pheromone. See, these ladies are starting to follow me right now. Crazy shit. And this is where everyone has something. There's no one on this earth that wasn't gifted. So now, as a Charizard, you're sowing the seeds again, but this is aligned with destiny. Please, shout out to Fatima. First of all, much love to Fatima Faith. Anytime you see the time stabs, that was her, the angel Fatima, hooking it up. So I really appreciate every time you do that. Yeah, there's definitely gonna need some time stabs for sure. So this is very important because you sowing these seeds with the North Node in Taurus is going to instantly have Jupiter go over it, and like the beanstalk, it's going to grow immediately. And what does that look like? First of all, this is the first phase. So from now until May, you're taking the air, the water, the fire, and the earth, and you're putting it all in your consciousness. You're wearing this new awareness of the effects. And what that's going to feel like is, oh, wow, I can think stronger. You're going to wear that mind. Oh, wow, I'm so much more intuitive. You're going to wear that intuition. Oh, wow, I'm so much more powerful. I have so much higher of identity. You're going to put that identity on. And then that's all you're going to put into this new sense of your value. You've sowed the seeds in how you show up in your body. And now get this. Boom. This is the second part. So the second part, Jupiter is now on those seeds, is manifestation. So the first part is completion of the old cycle. Sadie, thank you so much. This is every time y'all give me these flowers, it really means the world. The first part of this is completion of the old cycle. Shout out to Avery. Now, the second part of this is activation of this new cycle with Jupiter coming into Taurus. And now, guess what? Saturn is in Pisces. I want to talk towards that. So the last time we did the cycle, Saturn was in Aquarius. And this was you downloading deep within your skull, brain, and soul advanced knowledge of your superpowers that your brain was not even in a ability to process. It'd be like learning a programming language, but you don't even know programming languages, right? Now that Saturn is blossoming in Pisces, the abilities of this knowledge, this go around is you coming into the full experience of everything since 2020 with Saturn in Capricorn. So this is where a large part of the last 2 years was you awakening power and the energy dynamics. This is actually the boring part of installing a computer, and you have to sit through, You know when you have to sit through the computer and it's going through the installing this and it's a long process? That is everything you've experienced from the conjunction quadruple of March 2020 to now. So once we get to May and June, this is you finally turning on the fucking computer, and now you can experience everything you've been downloading. Imagine for like the past 2 years, which is like a long loading screen, right? Like finally. So this is where you're finally going to experience all that your body has to offer. Of course, you are still experiencing it through the synchronization, but that's nothing compared to what you're about to experience. I have to say that because the anxiety and the worry you have is like that of someone with Windows XP, but your higher self is like, B, this is Windows 10. Like the graphics and specs on this are completely different than anything you're used to. This is like a jump from Super Nintendo to Nintendo Switch. You feel me? Like it's such a jump in mechanics that you've had to fully surrender. There we go. Defragging for 2 years. First of all, the fact that it took you 2 years to process everything that happened in 2020, you're a fucking monster. So many people died, by the way. So many people committed suicide because this was too much for them to process. So the fact that you made it and kept your swag and consciousness intact, you're the shit. It is an honor to serve you. You're the shit. I have to give you your flowers, because if you let other people tell it, they'll try and play you like you didn't make so much fucking progress. Like the level of what you're processing takes the average person without internet 30 to 60 years. You need at least 2 Saturn return cycles. And you did it in like less than half of a Jupiter cycle. So like there's a lot of psychological anxiety and stress that anybody will have. And if you are venting that, you need to vent it. It's scientifically proven, by the way, that people who vent and nag, they live longer. I won't say nag, but vent for sure. So just really keep that in mind. There's so many facets and aspects of your feats that you've accomplished. This is another Uranian concept that you're not even aware is anything. I'm going to say this again. There's certain qualities and uniqueness and attributes to you, and certain things that you're accomplished you don't even know is an accomplishment, because no one else around you even knows it's a thing. Versus some things you know are an accomplishment, but it doesn't feel like an accomplishment because no one knows. Let me give you an example. You created a programming language. You created how to program a language that innovates the internet as you know it, but you're around people who've never seen a fucking computer in their life. So they've seen you working on this programming thing. It's like, you're so lazy. Like, what are you even doing? You're typing this gibberish on this device, but they don't even know it's a piece of innovative technology that not only innovated everything, it set you for life. You were able to patent it and sell it. And now, everything runs on this language. But like, you're not in the environment that it's not even like people are hating on you. It'd be different if people are hating on you. It's that people are not on your level. They have not reached that level of advancement. Like they can't even begin to understand. They don't even know what a fucking computer is. So like, how are they going to know what the fuck a programming language that's advanced is? And so you might just see it as, oh, this is just like, you worked on it, so you'll know the innovation, but there's certain things around that you don't even know how to feel about because you're not celebrated about it. And then at the same time, you're seeing people be mega celebrated over the most basic shit. Over the most basic shit. To the point where you see the value of what you're doing realistically. And it's like, if you try and share it, you're not trying to say, hey, let's not hate on this person, but like, does this even come close? And people are looking at what you got like, what the fuck even is that? That's not our ancient primitive shit. Now, Aquarius is coming to the future and realizing, oh my God, people hail my programming language as the greatest innovation of the 26,000th century. You feel me? That's a lot of you right now. Shoot, that's you. I have to make sure you're aware of this because for some of you, these are beliefs, these are businesses you're in. This is a new way of thinking. This is an ability. This is certain Reiki talents that you have, healing talents that aren't really people don't even know how to understand it because they've never heard of it. Their only introduction to it is just ignorance or some misinformation. And so you have had this your whole life. Some of you have been wanting to manifest abundance and you don't see anything happen. And God and your spirit guides is like, you fucking have it already. Why is this important? You're sowing the seed, and right now into Taurus season is you coming in instantly to the realization of the fact that you've been sitting on a gold mine this entire time. Imagine you had this lighter. I said this analogy before. You have this lighter, and people just look at it like an ordinary lighter. Hey, can I use that lighter? Oh, wow, that looks kind of cool. Cool. It's a little worn out. And you just kept it with you. You know what I'm saying? And now you realize someone looks at that lighter and they're like, what the fuck? You have this lighter? Oh my God, let me authenticate. This is whoa. Do you know this is a $5 billion lighter? What? Yes. They've only made one of these. This guy, like, and now the way you look at this is totally different. That's what's happening right now. Based off of what you did last year, how would you feel? I guarantee you'd walk around a little different. You'd be like, Charizard, fire blast. And so once you sow the seeds, now coming into this next level of evolution into, and it's such an innovative awareness of your value. It's in a way with which it was hidden in plain sight. You're literally on the verge of making this realization, y'all. Okay. And this Gemini transit is where now you start to think towards that direction, with Venus directly opposite Leo, bringing in a full on paradigm transformation of what's considered cool or not. It's this axis that's going to make astrology mainstream, that's going to make a lot of these modalities that we're seen as taboo everyday conversation, that's going to expose a lot of falsities in science and facts and spirituality. Okay. Not like they're different, but something to keep in mind. Relative to this is you're beginning to manifest the intellectual effects and the thoughts you have after you've brought in the mind. I'm just full on channeling now. Now the Cancer transit is what's going to bring in this whole notion of you feeling very powerfully the emotions that are attached to this new realization and awareness of value. By the way, the effect that's going to just amplify and have you realize, wow, I'm way more valuable than I ever thought is Jupiter and Taurus. That's what's going to bring that boost effect and increase your value every single day about this. Okay. So let me tell you what that's going to be like. Hip hop started off in the Bronx. Hip hop was pure. Look at hip hop now. Thank you. Look at anything that started off pure and then it was just replaced with mainstream influencers that cheapen it. That's already happening with astrology. However, it's going to be so bad that if you're good at astrology, you're going to be set for life. Like those, like it's going to be so bad, people are going to be looking for who actually knows their shit. because now everyone's gonna be it, just like everyone's a rapper. Okay, so this is where it's kind of very important, but this is where astrology is going to begin to start to be curriculum. Okay, not just mainstream influencers. So personally, okay, this is where it's cool. We're in this boat because by the time that happens, we will have moved on to different understandings of these crafts. And this puts you in a position to realistically, be really seen more as an expert and an influencer or an influence. Okay. So this is where with Cancer, you're expressing the activation of this. And this is what's going to opposite Pluto and Cap retrograde finalize the results of the last final boss battle. Okay. Not only that, this concludes the activation of this with actualizing new psychic abilities relative to this new manifestation of your supernatural body, which just brings it to the next level. Boom. That brings us to the talent show again, but let's not call this a talent show as much as this is the breakthrough. So the seeds that you plant in May will start to break through, but this time Jupiter is squaring. So this is where this time you're on stage, but this time on stage, the effects of this is so noticeable that there's a standing ovation after you come off stage. And there's no judges this time. There's no Saturn opposition. So Leo season is going to hit different. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Leo season is going to hit different. And that's where we're going to have the retrograde after. Okay. And so that in a nutshell is accordingly the nature of this Uranus transit. Okay. I want to do a part 2 so I can talk about the deeper mechanics of this. And I might touch on it with the conjunction, but I'm going to go more into the details of the mechanics of everything you're manifesting during Virgo season and the retrograde. Because once we retrograde in Virgo season, you'll be aware a lot of these concepts that I'm saying now are still too abstract. Because I'm basically talking about supernatural properties of your body that will induce real effects. Case in point, by the time we're in May, you're using telekinesis. Like a major facet of 2023 moving forward are the development of now greater tier superpowers. So the first tier of these superpowers is clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairgustience. This is just the basic chain. Dream precognition, dream recall, precognition, lucid dreaming, basic shit. Stuff that if we weren't brainwashed as kids, we wouldn't need to go through this already. But it's cool. It is what it is. 2023 moving forward is now where we're starting to move into telekinesis. Psychokinesis and telekinesis, key control, chakra manipulation. Okay, this is now the next major frontier over the rest of the decade, which really goes back to breath. Okay, being able to harness enhanced states of your physicality through breathing techniques. Okay, total concentration breathing. You know this is true because it's already happening. And guess who's going to pioneer this? The new generation of children. So the people who are going to beat us to, you're going to see a lot of kids just using telekinesis, using their aura just to move stuff around. Okay, because it'll come natural to them. The newer generation has taken all of the concentration of these abilities, and they're going to produce even more kids. Next level telepathy and psychokinesis, specifically practical application of psychic functions that extend your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, where you need the clairsentience and clairvoyance so you know how to do these next level abilities. So you finish building the first stage of your abilities. Now you're getting ready May of 2023, and this is going to last from 2023 to 2035. The next stage and level of these abilities. By 2035, Saturn is in Leo, And we're now building the grounds for the next generation to build a superpower society. So by the time Saturn is in Leo and Uranus finishes out of its conjunction in Cancer, okay, we have registered Kirks. We have vigilantes that are using their supernatural abilities to stop crime. And now we need to give regulation and rules for how we integrate that in society. That's Saturn Leo to Saturn and Scorpio. That's the new future. Okay, if you want to look forward there, it's a wonderful time. We just need to get through the literal fucking apocalypse first. And who knows if we'll have to go through nuclear holocaust, because there is this mass extinction event where 99% of the world population is dead. I'm comfortable saying this now. The reason why it took me so long to say this is I didn't want to accept that so many people are going to die. I didn't want to accept that because a lot of us have been feeling mass extinction events, but the numbers seem so outrageous. I didn't want to feel like I was fear mongering, but I can tell it confidently. Over the next 2 years alone with Saturn and Pisces, that's going to facilitate the beginning of this change where we start to see the effects of this population control. So it is what it is. I don't think any of you have anything to worry about, because this is really just more based on the work you're doing spiritually. What it really comes down to is, do you have superpowers? Because if you have superpowers, that is an element that your auric control of your chakra system is balanced enough to support that. If you don't, you have too many blockages. If you have too many blockages within your chakras, you didn't do the spiritual work. If you didn't do the spiritual work, it's because you live a lie. If you live a lie, you didn't do the internal work to go in. You gave too much of your power outside. You wouldn't fit in the new world. You're going to die. That's it. It's just a natural life cycle. If anything, unconsciously, you chose that. That's why the people who die, they didn't do the work. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. They just chose not to be a part of the new world. You're a part of the new world because you did the inner work. No one could do the work for you because you had to manually build this inner system in your world that activated the superpowers, which is a key through your spirit. Your name is in the book of life that activates Shazam, the name that goes into the God form. It's your God form that goes into the new world, because there's going to be a collective event, whether due to climate control or a flash, to where if you don't have the ability to sustain your physical body with your life force energy, you're going to die. And so the people who survive that are the people who, through going through the Hunger Games, make it into the new world. This is after war, after pestilence, after famine, and then after death weeds away 99%. Then there's that final tribulation. Boom. New heaven, new earth. And you're going to be the 1% who inherit, the meek who inherits the earth, and you repopulate the new world. This time with pure-hearted people. It's literally a natural selection process, down to the point that even the players in this game who feel like they're going to deceive and finesse people, they're going to die too. In their pride and folly, where they felt that they need money and resources, they're going to learn the hard way that you can't buy God. And so it's only those who align and walk with God that will make it into the new age of the gods. Aquarius. That was fucking awesome. What a stream. I love it. That was beautiful. All right, before I do the live readings, I'm going to draw a major arcana card for each zodiac sign. And you connect to God through the Holy Spirit of Christ consciousness with the world within you, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. So how do you access that kingdom of heaven? Christ consciousness through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is Christ's spirit. Christ's spirit is Christ's consciousness. Christ had to leave this plane so that his consciousness and spirit can bless us and give us, of course, gifts through which we can now not go through a middleman and directly worship and connect with God directly. That being said, you now see Satan doing his move, brainwashing these children to change their gender or change their sex or change their beliefs, because that's who the war is against, these children. It's these children who hold the new codes of light. And so you're going to see the new gods play. It's going to be the children versus the children, and you as adults have to really just guide the right part of the children. That's the war is going to be decided through the children, period, and what direction they take that. So just make sure you're a good example that, you know, teaches them to use their abilities in the right way. And yeah, so I'm just going to go down the list. I'm not going to shuffle it like I normally do. Yep, T, I did get your Cash App and chart. Thank you for the chart. Hey, shout out to Watts and Learn. Watts just released a new project, 1,000 Watts, if y'all want to check that out. It's a new collaboration. Nice to hear from you, brother. Yeah, I saw that. Demonic ass Nickelodeon. And that's the Pluto. So the Pluto Scorpio generation, the Pluto Libra, Pluto Scorpio, and Pluto Sag generation, we're having to really release a lot of demonic subliminal messaging. This is going to be verified. Like the generation of children who had television moving forward, and a lot of the demonic subliminal messaging, we're going to see that being purged. And a lot of your parents were smart. They didn't let you watch TV. Come on now. Like this goes back. All right, we're going to go down the list real quick. Some of you don't have to worry about it if it affected you, because your spirit protected you from it. So like some of you have an awakened spirit. You can engage in pop culture. You're in the world, not of it. So you can still be in the world. Some people think if you listen to that demonic music, it's going to affect you. You can watch these movies. You can listen to this music. You can enjoy this music. I'll play some Future right now. Even though I can make an argument, Future's connected to some of that stuff, Drake's connected to some of that stuff, but you can enjoy their music. You can listen to it because you're conscious of it. Because you're conscious of it, when you're engaging in this stuff, you're going to see it when it happens, and you can just transmute it by being aware of it. Like, oh, see, I see that message. I see that agenda. Being aware of it and using discernment makes the experience so much better, because God is in all things. You still enjoy it. Everything that God made was good. Anything that's not good was not made from God. So that, because anything that's not good is not of God. So just keep that in mind. It's those who are unconscious. That's how it slips through their critical mind. And then it works like that. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind, the last message that I want to say, especially regarding the transit of Venus, is now that the power balance has shifted, Uranus direct is going to bring an uncanny. Now, listen, this is not going to make rational sense, because Neptune and Uranus do not make rational sense. You're going to see an uncanny, seemingly 180 in certain people who will be completely attracted to you. People and archetypes of people and groups of people who would have never looked your way once are drawn to you for reasons that they may not even be able to describe, or they'll rationalize, but really won't make sense because they don't know. So they're going to be people who are not into you before that are obsessed with you. They're going to be people who want to be your friend. They're going to be people who are very attracted to the magic that they see coming from you. And this is just going to turn on like a switch was flipped. You're going to see this. This is happening now, and you're not going to be aware of this, but you're going to be aware of this more when Taurus season hits. I say seemingly because certain people been felt that, but they just had pride. And that pride is finally going to just really implode on itself. Okay. Taylor Williams, this is not a joke. Like, this is for real. And it's going to feel like, what the heck? Like, what's changed about me? It's nothing that's changed about you. It's that the veils that were suppressing this are no longer suppressing this. We have the sun, guys. So this period is bringing so much illumination and clarity. A lot of this period is showing you, wow, that's why this happened. Oh, wow, that's why this happened. And everything has completed the alignment to where you can just shine joy. So this is a positive message for everybody. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drink some good water. Woo! And you'll be aware of these metaphysical dynamics around what you're doing. So it'll help you know how to use your abilities more too. That's another major facet of this Uranus transit. You are detailing, especially by Virgo season, the actual mechanics around unseen elements with what you're doing, which will add more confidence because you'll know how your superpowers are working. All right, Aries, we got the moon card. So this is talking about you coming into mastery of your psychic abilities. Aries is saying you're going to understand your dreams more. Okay. And this is also going to help you master elements of the occult by understanding certain mysteries in your life that you didn't understand before. Taurus, you're coming into major completion. You're also, Taurus is saying, the message from Taurus to you is you're coming into major success. You're coming into completion of karmic lessons you've learned, and you've reached the final end and chapter of your life. You're going to be called to share your lessons with the world. And this is bringing you into a lifelong sense of rewards. Gemini, we have the Empress. This is very great abundance. You're tapping into your sense of beauty, where you're going to redefine your sense of swag and style and how you manifest unconditional love in the forms of money and romance. So this is going to be you aligning with that. Cancer, we have the Fool card. The Fool card is going to inspire this very powerful element of a new direction in your life. Aries is 10th house, which is going to evolve your career. And this is what's going to open you up to have an open mind, because this is not even just about taking a new direction in your life. This is you starting and you're hitting the reset button and you're stepping into a brand new cycle. So this is actually going to be super exciting for you. Leo, we do have the Devil card, which is a lot of temptation and which is in some cases quid pro quo. I feel like some people are going to take advantage of their attraction to you and try and force you in certain situations. But in other situations, this is temptations that come with your high sex appeal and how well you can kind of deal with this. So this is you coming into an opportunity to be born again and let go of the shadow habits that literally hold you back or seek to keep you chained. Virgo, we do have the Temperance card. And with the Temperance card, this really speaks very heavily of coming into really great moderation and management. This is literally the counterpart to the Devil. So this is you coming into great moderation and balance through this. You're going to be practicing alchemy, and through these alchemic principles, putting yourself in a position to really maneuver and bring so much excitement to your life. Libra, we got the Hangman. So you're going to be surrendering to a brand new perspective. Libra is saying that you're going to come into a new way of looking at a situation that will transform your personality. So be willing to surrender to an action when it comes to anything you don't know what to do. You don't have to do anything. Scorpio, we literally have your card, Death. That is very significant. And I feel like really speaks to the essence of your timing. So you're facilitating transformation. Scorpio is saying that you're going to put the end to rest. And this Uranus period is going to facilitate fully a brand new part of you that's coming out, especially tied to how you relate to others in relationships. The way you relate to others is never going to be the same again. Sagittarius, we do have the Hermit card. Specialization is coming through with this element of mastery that Sagittarius says will put you on a level unique to your own and in your own lane. So you want to follow your own light. Just like Jay-Z said, don't listen to other people. They're going to give you their experiences, but only you know what you're meant to do, and follow the advice of your inner light and don't get too caught up on what other people think. Now, Capricorn, we do have Judgment, and Pluto is in your sign. We're going to see Pluto come out of your sign and retrograde back in your sign. This is going to reevaluate everything that you've awakened in your life since 2008. And you're going to be more clear than ever of what your highest purpose is and everything you're meant to do. Aquarius, we literally got the card of Aquarius, the star. So I feel like Aquarius and Scorpio have affinities because they got their cards. This is fame. This is notoriety. This is influence. This is your dreams coming true. This is rejuvenating and restoring you with hope in the supernatural. And these are spiritual gifts that you are expressing with the full quality of your grace and power. Shine that bitch. Now, we do have the Hierophant. Pisces is saying that you're coming into a very powerful and magical understanding of the supernatural in a very organized, orthodox way that will tie you into an organization, pushing you to do things by the book. I feel like this is going to make a lot of sense of the spiritual in ways that actually ground this knowledge and understanding. But some of you may deal with a Pope-like figure, join an organization, or become a Pope-like figure in and of yourself. And the final message we have is the Tower. For the collective reading, this enlightenment is just going to hit. So that's the whole message, that you're not going to have a processing montage. The Tower card means that this shit is just hitting. And like that, you're going to just have to process these manifested dynamics and get used to them real time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to now do the live readings. First, we got Rachel Parks. Thank you for, it's my squatter wife. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to now do the live readings. Okay. If you would like a live reading yourself, please feel free to click the description box and join the queue. All right. That being said, all right, Rachel. So we know the MFer is on your sun. Shout out to the 14-degree Tauruses. For those of you that have that decan, Uranus is actively innovating it. Yep, I got your chart right now. And I think that is very amazing. A lot of this transit is going to be exactly on your sun. So you're actively channeling higher frequency beings, and that makes you a hub and point to where anyone around you is actively getting innovated, which can trigger the crap out of them if they're not on that level. And you have Chiron and Gemini, so a lot of what you say will just effortlessly trigger people. So that's really beautiful. This transit, of course, is going from your 6th house to your 1st house. And I like the fact that by the time Uranus goes direct, you'll have integrated everything you've unlocked on your personality. And so with your sun in the 9th house, you will be innovating a lot of how indirectly you teach people things just with your body language. And if it used to take you 5 minutes to explain something to someone, it's taking you 1 moment. And that's definitely a really amazing feeling. But I don't think it's going to be a feeling as much as it's going to be alignment. Okay. And Saturn will be trining your Saturn as it goes into Pisces, but we want to also keep in mind that you have Pluto 0 degree Scorpio. So for those of you born in 84, like Drake, this year I'm putting on Drake watch because he has his sun there. That square to your Pluto is instantly going to transform your lifestyle as a Virgo rising. It's going to instantly shake that up so that you can, with this extreme shakeup, take everything you've built around your talents and the way you want to live your life and finally start coming into innovative ways to extremely bring that through. But since you have Chiron 1 degree, I think that's going to end up working really well for you. Regardless, that innovation spark in your 9th house is tied very powerfully towards how you're innovating your ability to teach and come into this expression of your higher self around you. As the nodes leave your 9th and go into the 8th, the way you deal with others with this greater realization will be very much so felt and experienced very powerfully. So Christian Dixie, this is actually really cool because we know as a Leo rising, you're currently experiencing the extent of this. We know that the hub of Uranus is in your 10th house, and so it's going to go direct when you're finally ready to manifest this. Now, this is really interesting because you have Uranus in your 7th house, so you directly trigger insecure, weak vibrations at a collective level. And what this is, and it's happening in the air signs in a very indirect way. People disrespecting you and people dissing you is building your self-confidence, because you're directly aware of what, in the strength of your uniqueness, you're triggering in other people who feel like that's too weird for them, or they just can't match that level. And you're actively seeing the integrity or lack thereof and what merits their differences for you, if that makes sense. So you're seeing that people have differences with you, but there's nothing real behind it. And so it's like you're seeing the hate, and it actually adds to your confidence, because it's like, wow, like, you can't even hit me. It's like, that's it. Like, there's no facts behind what you're saying. There's nothing real, even if it doesn't have to be factual. It's like, that's it. Like, that's the most you can do. Does that make sense? Like, and you come at it from such a compassionate place. It's not even like you feel like you're bigger than them. It's like you see their potential. So if anything is disappointing, it's like, that's it. And it's showing you how much more advanced you are than other people. So that Uranus in the 10th is innovating much more how valuable you have, this quality, and how much more of a monopoly your music will do, because no one else is making music like you. No one else is sounding like you. No one creates content like you. And that's what you're harvesting with Jupiter getting ready to hook up all Leo risings and Leos, going into that 10th house and exploding this element of career success. That by the time from May to Virgo, you'll now manifest the results post eclipse, now with the North Node in Aries, seeing how high you can take your character. So this is definitely going to focus the center point on the reputation that comes into the value that you get through how extraordinarily unique you are, and trigger other people who really just don't even know they're snitching on themselves because they think they're too cool. All right, TP. We know you were born in Capricorn season because you a goat and you got Neptune in your sign. This is actually very remarkable because you have Uranus in Sagittarius. So as a Libra rising with North Node in Taurus, you're coming into a nodal completion. And the nodal completion is setting you up on a brand new destiny. You got the sauce. You're already a director goddess, and you're a cosmic director goddess. So you're the Capricorn that knows the value of their network and worth. But as an artist, you got the sauce, because all Libra risings have Scorpio, and Scorpio is the sauce, and so you got the sauce. And so you are destined to take your wisdom and to transform the way you deal with others, or transform other people by giving them your wisdom and grounding their lives. That's your destiny. Whether you do that through investing what you have in crypto trading platforms, or finding the right people to transform with your wisdom to carry forth your wealth, it will denote that you're very wealthy because you have this sense of wisdom to share. And so with Uranus here, the quality of how innovative this wisdom you're doling out is to a degree trying your Capricorn energy that compounds upon the awakened effects of how much more powerful you have become. So it's like, if you are giving people the wisdom of Reiki healing, now the effects of this healing are noticed instantly. Whereas before, it's not that you were any weaker or stronger. It's just like there was a veil around people being able to understand it because of how novel what you were doing was, and how people may not have just been able to get it. Versus now, it doesn't matter if they understand it or not, because there's results instantly. Okay. And now this adds so much more extraordinarily and unconventionally to the way you deal with people, because your psychic senses and abilities around this are so much sharper. So by the time we get to Virgo season and this retrogrades in your 12th house, you'll be releasing old unconscious habits, because now you're seeing the real effects of how much stronger you are. And you're seeing these effects according to how much more grounded you deal with others, how much more psychic you are in picking up other people's energy, and how much more you can just geniusly with your read body language and deal with others accordingly like that as well. Okay. So next we have Christoph. Thank you for emailing the chart. Christoph, we know that you have your sun in Capricorn and your moon in Aries, so you're the original gangster or the original director. We know that your rising is in Libra. It says you have an ascendant Libra, Capricorn with an ascendant in Libra. So you're also an artist. So as an artist, right? There we go. As an artist, once again, this has a lot to do with the way you're dealing with other people. But relative to the moon in Aries, Jupiter during this period is fully evolving your soul. And with this evolution of your soul, it's expanding how much more power you hold within your core of your being. And this is literally like a Pokemon evolution. I don't see the year you're born, but I know you have Pluto in Sagittarius and you have Saturn in Aries. So you clearly were born in like 97, where you have Jupiter, Pisces. So you were born in like 98. So you being born in 98 to 99, right? Yep, 98. So you being born in 98 is giving you a new generational understanding of this energy, because with Saturn in Aries and Uranus that's going to be transiting Taurus, Uranus is squaring your Neptune and Uranus in Aquarius. So for those of you who are born after 95 with Uranus and Neptune in Aquarius, the direct notion of Uranus is unique for you in that all of the supernatural properties and effects that everyone else is awakening, you were born awakening that. So instead of having to go through the process, you're just unpacking it in your consciousness. And the square is an external conflict during this period that evokes your intuition as a response to it, bringing it out. Basically, all of the stuff that you've been intuiting as abstract ideas, Uranus and Taurus is showing you, no, that's not an abstract idea. Here's physical proof of that. No, that's not an abstract intuition. Here's physical proof of that. Yeah, you thought it would look like this, but no, this is what it really looks like. And it's literally grounding abstract concepts in your mind during this period, which as a Libra rising, you're going to use to transform the way you deal with other people. My Venmo is at the Peace Dealer, which you'll see in the description box below. Okay. So this is also very important because as a Libra rising, Uranus and Neptune in your fifth extraordinarily innovate the way you creatively express your talents and teach. So people can see you use a talent and it's going to change the way they are inspired to learn. And this means you're a super psychic genius, but not in the traditional, let me read your tarot card psychic. You're able to process information lightning quick, especially with your moon in Aries that intuitively helps you know how to just connect with people with your moon in the seventh. So this Uranus aspect is making more automatic elements in your brain that used to think, can I trust this person? Can I not trust this person? You're making these Malcolm Gladwell blink realizations without being prejudiced, but actually being on point instantly in the moment. I have to stress, there's nothing normal about this because this is a supernatural mechanic of y'all being a part of the new generation, being so much more advanced. So this is going to be so much more badass. Oh God. So next we have Jules Uraeus. Okay. We know you got the Aqua Sun, the Sag Moon. We know you're also Pluto Sag. So being born in 96, yeah, you have Uranus in Aquarius, but you also have Neptune in Capricorn. And so relative to these dynamics, Uranus that you're going to be experiencing with the sun. Actually, happy birthday, by the way. I mean, not happy birthday. You're 24 degrees with the sun, that you are experiencing square Uranus. By the time Uranus retrogrades, it's going to be 1 degree squaring your sun. Appreciate you, fam. So this is definitely really cool because you have an ascended understanding of the higher level realm holistics of this. So this is where, for the Aquarians, for the Pisces, for the Capricorns, unlike everyone else in their sun sign, your awareness of this dynamic is as an alien god. It's as a celestial. So your awareness of these vibrational mechanics is as someone who actually knows what's happening. So a lot of this, especially relative to you being a Scorpio rising, is taking the innovative understanding of the supernatural mechanics of your body and how it transforms your relationships with others, how you notice and discern the body language relative to other people who express this towards you. What I'm picking up intuitively as well is people who try and manipulate you by producing qualities that to bait you in with so that you'll give your power away, but you're going to notice that instantly and do the opposite, and they're going to chase you. So they're going to be people who try and make you jealous. They're going to be people who try and do this like passive aggressive manipulation tactics by bringing elements that you may lack, thinking, oh, you're going to chase me, and you're going to notice that, know what's happening, and make them chase you, sometimes without even trying to do it, just because you're not a dumbass, like you genius. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And Uranus, that's giving this innovation post eclipse in the 7th, by the time the North Node leaves your 7th, is going to masterfully fulfill the lesson that you have towards innovating every single one of your relationships. Christoph, God bless you, brother. So Uranus, that's a lot to look forward to. By the time the moon is in Virgo, you will now be aware of everyone who belongs in your life relative to how much you've innovated your relationships, because this is going to manifest people in your life who can harness your super. Like, you're not dealing with people who you talk to and you're like, what the fuck did you just say? Now they're coming back at you, matching your level. And you built that. You built that. And that's beautiful. Okay. I mean, you're not wrong. I get it. All right, perfect. Nice. Okay. Carrie Masterson. Okay. So we know that you have your rising in Leo, and we know that we have your sun in Leo. So this is really beautiful, especially you being born in 75, which lets us know you have Saturn in Cancer. Okay. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And so having Saturn in Cancer is important because Saturn in Pisces is going to start trining your Saturn in Cancer. And this is what's going to provide a very unique understanding of the transcendent nature of how you're transforming your dealings with others. Saturn going through your 8th house is a bit of a spiritual warfare transit because now you have officially raised the standards of your partnerships, and now you have to draw divine boundaries as the main character. Let's be honest. Leo Sun Moon means you are the main character. So Uranus in your 10th house is getting ready to manifest, completing this eclipse of your legacy. In fact, I'm very excited for you and every Leo rising, because 2023 and 2024 is bringing Jupiter in your 10th, which is exploding this monopoly-like-esque success, innovating the uniqueness of what it is you're coming into, which is going to bring you so much windfalls of income or at the very least establish the steps towards manifesting this level of success. So first of all, that's amazing. And being born in a 75, a lot of these dynamics will really have a lot to do with how uniquely you understand the value of your legacy and this direction of your career. By the time this goes retrograde in Virgo season, you're liquidating and manifesting the quality of this 10th house Taurus. It's amazing. It's amazing, especially for those of you who now you know you got it, but you're not seeing any movement. There is movement. It's just behind the scenes. Once Jupiter goes to the 10th, avalanche. This is where you might have been going live for 2 people. Now it's 20,000 people, just like that, because you stayed with the quality. But personally, this is really doing a lot to innovate you being able to work a lot less and make a lot more because you know your value. And because your moon is in Aquarius, you're going to understand where other people come into this equation and how to perform to those other people so that you're in more of a position to liquidate and come into more lucrative success with these dynamics. Really amazing dynamic, by the way. That's super awesome. Current waters, please email me your chart. Current waters, please email me your chart or your sun, moon, and rising. Okay. So next we have Evelyn. Beautiful. So this Uranus direct for you is amazing because as an aqua rising, Uranus rules your chart. So this is going to influence more so, and I appreciate that because the Leo rising has it in their 10th house. Aqua rising, this is actually also going to affect your career too, but we're going to see the effects of this more in real estate, properties connected to your employment. And now that Saturn is in your second with Neptune, that's going to have you evolve so much more financial acuity. This, I feel like, is taking the extra money that you're going to be coming in with and innovating your home, renovating your home. You might even be able to move during this period because Jupiter is going to be transiting through your 4th, 2023 and 2024. That with the unexpected nature of Uranus is going to bring some unexpected opportunity to probably buy a new house. Thank you, Forest Fairy Tarot. That's amazing. Or to maybe cop new property. I'm really getting the sense that it's something that you don't expect to do now that you may just do then. Like you might have an extra $100,000 to buy a new place that you weren't expecting to, right? And a lot of that pipeline is going to be from Pisces season to Taurus starting now. So it's really dope because as we kick in now, you're coming into this knowledge of self, coming into this brand new cycle, kicking everything in, manifesting this through Pisces season. However, by the time we get to May, from like now until May, is that process of knowing who you are, breaking through this financial bubble in March into April, actualizing this new attitude now that you know more who you are, and Saturn is now constructing and stabilizing your financial world, and then now consolidating all of that in Taurus. And May with the North Node is going to connect your career by destiny to where you're meant to be, who you're meant to be with. And I see this huge breakthrough in home, but I think really tied to real estate and being able to advance your wealth with what kind of land you get, property you get. And thankfully, you do have the moon in Virgo. So you're going to know exactly how to invest that money. You're going to know exactly in advance how to allocate the money that you gain from this property moving forward. Everything from May to Virgo is you now consolidating, manifesting, wealth from this property, whether in the form of money or just greater peace. And by the time it retrogrades in Virgo season, this will now give you more awareness of how, once again, to transform, allocate, and move forward before you do it all over again. Although certain things to keep in mind is now Pluto will be in Aquarius. And so that square from Jupiter to Pluto is going to, even though your rising isn't too close there, reevaluate how much more extremely you stand up for yourself, but also come into more success and know yourself and bringing this into your family and being more of so much more of a powerful influence with your family as you've always been, but seeing so much more of this as well. Beautiful. So next we have Valerie Salcido. All right. And Evelyn, always nice to hear from you. I really hope that resonates. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you too, seeing these changes in the trans. So that being said, we do have Valerie Scorpio rising. You have the exalted Taurus moon, the queen soul, and of course you're a queen. So you are a total queen. I love seeing that. Whenever I see moon, sun, and rising in fixed signs, I call that total queendom or total kingdom. Okay. So as a total queen and natural solar queen, right? The natural main character, as the pure queen Valerie, the extent and crux of this Uranus transit is innovating how you integrate all of this effect towards other people. And now this is going to be a little bit different for you because you're going to see people open up to you in a way they have never opened up to you. At first, it's going to be annoying because you're going to bring light to a certain way you've been wanting to be treated by people that you've fought for. And people have kind of tried to act like they didn't notice they were doing it to you. Versus now, it's almost as if like out of nowhere, you're going to get what you want. And it's going to be annoying because it's almost going to seem as if like they made it up themselves. Like they came up with this, like, see, look at what I'm doing. Like you didn't ask for this from people, and not individual people, but just an archetype from people. But then it's going to be super rewarding because this is going to fulfill the completion of your understanding of these dynamics. Because remember, Uranus is right next to your moon right now. So you're very intensely not only channeling higher frequency beings, but during this period, you're going to go through the Jupiter return. And as a Scorpio rising, Jupiter is fundamentally evolving your lifestyle. So what more you do in your routine relative to you being a Leo rising that's going to evolve how much more you see yourself and how much more you can do with how you see yourself in the integration of how you fit this self-consciousness of your lifestyle. It's just going to make you so much more awesome to be around because you're going to innovate how much more you put in and invest in relationships. Jupiter returns happen once every 12 years. Good question. So it's like your own personal reset of the Jupiter evolution, where everyone gets it with the Aries, but then your own personal return is your own personal Jupiter cycle. So really, really amazing. And this is also going to perhaps in the fulfillment and completion of the nodes that will end right next to your Jupiter and come into your own nodal return, bless you with partnerships that you feel match what you want in your life and perhaps also are aligned with who you are. If you're already in a fulfilled relationship, this could enrich this so much more, will enrich this so much more. So we have Sun Cap with Lola Carmela, Sun Cap, Moon Sag, Aqua Rising. So as an Aqua Rising, we know you're the High Queen Lola, born 94. First of all, congratulations, Lola. You're coming into your Saturn return. So this is going to help you manifest the total karmic wisdom that you have in your value because Aqua has the cream. See, Gemini got the juice. Libra got the sauce. Aquarius got the cream, the dream. I know. So this is really the total karmic understanding of you getting ready to manifest the full worth of your magical potential. Reality warping. And because you have Uranus in your fourth house with the South Node, this has been unlocking more the early childhood capability for you to integrate the uniqueness of your genius with your ability to discern body language. And it's cool because you are a Sag moon. So this gives you such an ascended understanding of transcending the incredible nature of your character. Not only that, this does make you a legend of some sorts because Neptune is in the 12th, the sun is in the 12th. So people, and then you have the legendary signature. So you're not the normal Capricorn. You are a very advanced supernatural Capricorn witch goddess who can warp reality at will, and no one has ever been able to understand, because thankfully you're grounded enough in earth to know that if you shared like a sliver of your experiences, people would think you're crazy. But it's not that you're crazy. You're supernatural. You're literally an alien goddess. You're not from here. You're not from here. We need, you know, you're not from here. And now Pluto, that's going into your rising during this period, is facilitating the true awakening of yourself as a collective goddess. Sun, moon, and rising in collective signs mean you reflect the collective. You're a goddess. You're the creme de la creme, top of the top. Everything is collective representation. You sacrifice your individuality for this. So there's pros and cons to this, but you up there, okay? And now being in this 12th house can have a very psychological effect on who you can trust. And this Uranus in the 4th will bring more comfort in innovating, attracting unique people like you, gifted people like you, who you can incorporate and be with in your private life. It's a lot of this Saturn return that's going to really help facilitate this, because now your power is returning, and a lot of what you had to really hold space for, you really don't have to do that anymore, and it's going to feel glorious. Okay, so look forward to moving. You might move, you might innovate your inner place. That's going to be somewhat unexpected, but it's going to be a place you're destined to be with. Finally, we have current waters. So for current waters, we have Sun Scorpio, Moon Pisces. Okay. We know you have Uranus in Aquarius and Neptune 29 degree Capricorn. So what is your Jupiter? Oh, so that's 98. You're definitely born 98. So this is really beautiful, because seeing that you're 29 degrees Pisces rising. Oh my God. Damn. That's impressive. I'm not even going to front. That's impressive as fuck. Oh my God. 29 degrees of a rising of any sign is insane, but 29 degrees Pisces rising is the master personality. That's like Shang Tsung. Like, you literally can reflect anyone's aura. You are everyone's divine mirror. So like, that's a legend. Like, you're literally a legend. You can literally be in front of anybody and you can take in elements of their personality. It's not like copying. Like a Gemini rising can copy your speech patterns. You can fully encapsulate someone's entire vibe and reflect that to them. And that's beautiful. So you basically have an Aries rising. You progress in Aries rising, and this is going to manifest the value of your attitude and your abilities. Because you're a new gen, though, this is taking a very unique realization of your abilities in a way that'll be uncomfortable until your Saturn return, which isn't going to happen until like the mid 2030s. I mean, 2020s, like probably later. And yeah, it's not going to happen until like the late 2020s, probably like 2029 or whatnot. But it's cool because this is going to have you be a leader of the new school, in that you're coming up with a new way to make money. This is innovating how much money you're making, because remember, you're an ascended master effectively. But knowing that you have your sun in Scorpio, the opposition of Uranus here makes you aware of this in the form of your relationships with other people. 29 degrees Pisces rising, 22 degrees moon, you carry the high priestess archetype. So you're psychic as fuck. You are so fucking psychic. And this is going to help you really understand the value you have in your dealings with others, so that you don't allow people to take advantage of how gifted you are. And you can draw these boundaries accordingly with these same psychic gifts you're protecting. Beautiful. You guys are fucking amazing, as always. It is always an honor to serve. Y'all stay blessed as always. I'm going to end this broadcast, and I hope you do enjoy this transit. And until next time, peace.